What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the HASAN broadcast coming to you live from gloomy, rainy New York, New York. I'm locked up. They won't let me out. We're live. We're alive. And yeah, we'll get to obviously the elephant in the room that I will be addressing. They're after your boy. They're up my ass. We will free you, brother. Yeah, free me. Free me. Someone wrote a script for you? Yeah, I saw. Hassan is on the stand. Senator Kennedy recounts Dr. Jihad's cussy lesson verbatim. Mr. Piker, do you think somebody making these remarks should be conducting humanitarian aid missions? Hassan smirks and lowers his finger. Fa! Rings out in the congressional hall. Acquitted. Do not talk about what's going on before talking to a lawyer. I mean, there's nothing I haven't... Guys, I have not had anything happen to me yet. Like, technically, nothing has happened to me. It's just Fox News is saying things are happening to me. And it's not like there's anything that I've done. But the unfortunate reality here is you don't really have to do anything for this government to decide that they want to do something with you. The liberals at the politics sub are defending you. Fed subpoena Hassan Piker, Medea Benjamin over Cuba trips. r/politics defending me is crazy. Meanwhile, Tucker Carlson interviewed Putin and did propaganda for him. Interviewed him in Moscow, Lamau for going to Cuba. Didn't that Shirley fellow also go there? Why isn't he on that list? Yes, but see, Shirley went there to parrot the talking points provided to him by Trump. Nick Shirley thought he went to Cuba, but he just accidentally locked himself in a Miami airport bathroom for 45 minutes. So let's get started. I'm hit in the face with this text message, or this voicemail rather, from fucking Fox News producer, and it's a little bit alarming. It's a little bit shocking. I'm like, I'm a little bit confused, because I'm like, why does Fox News know about something that apparently is going on in my life that I didn't know about? The very same reason why Fox News got this story before anyone else, and the very same reason why the suspicions within the subpoena, according to Fox News, are ridiculous, is because this is very clearly another intimidation tactic from the American government. It is a way to silence dissent. It's a way to actively tie up activists, dissidents alike. It's a way to try to have a chilling effect on speech. And some people, it seems, some likely and some unlikely people, have been cheering it on. Fox News, federal officials have served subpoenas to Marxist political influencer Hassan Piker and Code Pink co-founder Susan Medea Benjamin as a part of a wider investigation into whether U.S. organizations and leaders violated U.S. laws and sanctions in supporting Cuba's communist regime. Fox News Digital has learned. According to public statements, it's believed that delegation members stayed at a hotel the U.S. State Department has put on a Cuba restricted list. Oh, this is what's really funny. This is not a part of the subpoena, I don't think. This journalist is just adding this on. I haven't received the subpoena yet, so I have no idea. But let me tell you why. Because that's not real. We didn't actually stay at the wrong hotel. That was just something that people made up on Twitter, except for an American citizen who recently did violate OFAC and stayed at a hotel that America does not allow American citizens to stay in. It wasn't me, though. It was Nick Shirley. Literally, the hotel that Nick Shirley was in was actually on the state sponsor of terrorism list. We obviously didn't stay at a fucking hotel that the American government has made illegal to stay in. Nick Shirley, on the other hand, whether because he's a fucking idiot or because it doesn't really matter what he does because he's basically an agent for the state, did stay in a hotel that was illegal for him to stay in. I personally think it's idiotic. You should be able to stay in whatever fucking hotel you want to, by the way. I think it's a totally ridiculous restriction imposed upon Americans, and Americans only, mind you. But yeah, if this is the investigation, that's hilarious. This is just like headline chasing. The federal government got clickbaited by Twitter headlines. Did they sneak taking these photos of you? Yes. I talked to some people, and I suspect that they got creep shots of me in the morning as Kaya was peeing before I go to the gym. And then they also got creep shots of someone who works with me as well, which was really fucking annoying. That means that they just parked outside my house all the way back in motherfucking January, like months ago, and have just been taking photos of me, which is definitely weird. It's a violation of my privacy. Fox News Digital recently observed Piker outside his Los Angeles home, escorting his dog Kaya outside of the house for a bathroom break early one morning. Kaya, a large breed dog that is a mix of Tibetan Mastiff, Chow Chow, and St. Bernard, has been the beloved subject of an online campaign dubbed Free Kaya over allegations Piker trained Kaya with a shock collar that transmits painful stimuli as a part of behavioral training. At one moment, Piker silently stood over Kaya, gestured with a finger for her to return to the house after relieving herself. Later, Kaya was observed being walked and driven by a woman leaving Piker's home. This is insane, right? By the way, once again, this proves many different things that I have been saying conclusively, which is that Kaya goes on walks while I'm streaming. And it's really funny that people just wouldn't believe me at all. And now there is this, it's in the fucking paper. I like that they are framing this as like something sinister where I pointed to the house. Someone also noticed the creep shots disprove that you use a shock collar. Guys, this has been discussed a million times over and over and over again. Not only does Kaya get numerous walks, but yes, she doesn't have a shock collar. It doesn't even matter. You think my fucking haters give a shit? It was never about the truth. But the author is a psycho, it seems. Democratic Socialists use the rose in their graphics, branding, and protest signs, symbol of their ideological belief. Let me break it down. Hasan Piker is one of the most prominent members of the Democratic Socialists of America. First of all, not a member. Not an official member, at least. Maybe an honorary one, but not an official one. But fine, whatever. I've long maintained the position that I am, org agnostic, although I love the Democratic Socialists of America the most, for sure. A DSA political candidate, Oliver Larkin, expressed support for Hasan Piker and Medea Benjamin in the face of subpoenas from Treasury Department from their March trip to Cuba and possible violation of sanctions. Cuba is a one-party state, the Communist Party of Cuba, Partido Comunista de Cuba, PCC, the only political party in Cuba. Democratic Socialists of America is a key member of the transnational network backing the Communist Party of Cuba. So do you guys see what's going on here? They're trying to get everyone tied up. Like they're trying to get every like left activism network in this country. She said, #free Kaya. Hello, Hasan the Hun. Surrender your ego and accept one of these offers for a new home for Kaya. You curse at her all the time. You were clearly frustrated with Kaya. She isn't a potted plant. Let her live. This is a Fox News reporter, dude. This is the Fox News reporter that wrote this article. That's so crazy. She isn't a potted plant. Let her live as a dog, free to roam, a home, move, run, meander. #free Kaya. Ironic because her literal fucking reporting, if you can call it that, shows that she is meandering and going on walks and going to parks and shit. It's like genuinely insane. She's reposting AUK 2000. Indeed, Hasan Piker has drawn the attention of federal authorities for possibly aiding and abetting a communist regime. Then he has drawn the ire of dog lovers for allegedly using a shock collar on his cute dog Kaya. It's a public service to draw attention to both issues. It's unbelievable, dude. What a time to be alive, you know? Even if this were true, the difference is that Hasan regularly condemns the Armenian genocide while you worms long live for the latifundia days. All of my sweatiest ops are also having a fucking field day with this, apparently. Reminder that red shirts and brown shirts going at it is actually super beneficial for libs and democracy, and it would be the stupidest thing in the universe for libs to intervene. To which Cuss says, this is just explicitly, first they came for the communists, by the way. Literally, there is a very famous poem that starts with, first they came for the communists, and I did not speak out, for I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out, for I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. And then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. That's literally the major takeaway, is that it doesn't stop and end with your perceived ideological enemies, which I shouldn't even be your ideological enemy. If you are a liberal and this is a fascist administration, this is your opportunity. This is your moment to fucking buck up, to nut up, or shut up. This is your opportunity to say, it's gone too far. Maybe I'm not the biggest fan of Hasan. We have our disagreements, but this is unbelievable. This is ridiculous. This is madness. And yet, these guys don't comprehend exactly what's happening. They don't understand what's taking shape in front of their eyes. They think this is a great opportunity to attack their own personal online internet enemies, one-sided beefs half the time. I think it is perhaps the greatest demonstration that a lot of these guys on the internet are simply led by these cults of personality, which is ironic because they say that about me all the time, but they're just led by cults of personality that don't really care about politics at all, don't really care about organizing at all, don't really care about the things that they ostensibly care about, or the way that they present themselves as caring about certain things like liberal values even. They just have personal vendettas. And unfortunately, many of their followers also just advance those personal vendettas. And that's what's really interesting, because this is one of those instances. This is a turning point where our rights are all under attack by a fascist administration, by a fascist government. And it's very clear that there are a decent number of self-identifying liberals on the internet that come from these communities, whether it be the Sex Pestany community or whether it be Bad Empanada as well, who are not really invested in any sort of real political movement or even undermining the Trump agenda, and not even doing grievance politics necessarily, but just like doing grievance against individual Twitch streamers that they don't like. And it's very strange that their fan base advances those unbelievably selfish desires without even realizing that they're not doing anything remotely political. They think they are. They think this is political activism, but all they're doing is advancing the interests of a content creator that they watch, that they're a part of a cult. It's crazy. I'm uncommitted to standing with the podcaster Hassan Piker. He has done more than be lesser evil of the two evils against Trump if he wants to earn my support. First of all, this is an admission that you would vote for Donald Trump over me. I know you're trying to make a point, a really bad point, regardless, this idea that like I deserve to be punished by the Trump administration because you have perceived me engaging in some kind of slight against Kamala Harris when I dared to criticize Kamala Harris's failures in the campaign and warned that she was going to most likely lose. And they're all hitting the same line. I'm uncommitted on Hassan getting subpoenaed. He needs to stop acting like he's the lesser of two evils and instead be the good. Remember, these are all liberals. These are all liberals who claim to hate Trump. This is supposed to be their number one thing. The only thing they're supposed to hate is Donald Trump. They don't really even care about the policies all that much. As long as a D is doing the same exact kind of policies, they're fine with it. But they hate Donald Trump for, whether it's because of the way Trump moves, the way Trump operates. It doesn't matter. They're supposed to hate Trump. And they can't even do that right. This person says, does Hassan Piker think Kamala Harris would have done the same? Just wondering. To which I responded with, you'd cheer it on the same. You'd cheer it on just the same, big dog. Clearly. Even fucking Third Way at least understands that openly cheering this on would be a bad look for them because they're adults. They're fucking adults. They're adult enough to understand that this is a horrifying precedent. Meanwhile, you got fucking the ultras to my left on the Bad Empanada side celebrating this, okay, saying like, oh yeah, Trump administration should actually arrest this person because he's a real Zionist, which Trump, the straight up slave of Israel, is not the Zionist in this equation. I am, right? From their perspective. They're trying to justify this that way. So ridiculous. And then, of course, the anti-Trump Sex Pestany is saying, reminder that red shirts and brown shirts going at it is actually super beneficial for libs and democracy, and it would be the stupidest thing in the universe for libs to intervene. Famously, fascists always stop at the edge cases.